20 years, you know we back no more Snyder, more McLaurin, more forward with the passion, you know we scoring. FedEx field back lit, no it is not boring. John Allen lead the troops, yeah you know we storming. Burgundy and gold in my veins, yeah I bleed that. St. Jude saw the ball, grab a pig, yeah I need that. Welcome, man, ladies and gentlemen, to the Commanders Extra Post Game Show. I'm your host, Juan Gotti. The Washington Commanders get the victory 20-16 over the Arizona Cardinals. Let's talk about it. Before we get into that, I want to tell you guys to go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers, as you can see on your screen. We're ever so close to 6K, so please help me get there. It's totally free to subscribe to the channel and show support. Once we hit 6,000, I'm giving away a Terry McLaurin jersey. And if you guys want to be featured in upcoming Commanders Extra Post Game shows, all you got to do is call the 301-818-253 anytime hotline to be featured in any upcoming post game shows. Now with that all out the way, let's get straight to it. So I'm going to keep it a whole buck with y'all, right? This game did not go nothing like I expected it. I expected to thoroughly whip, and you hear the way I say whip. I thoroughly expected to whip the Arizona Cardinals today, and we did not do that. The Washington Commanders barely beat the Arizona Cardinals. But before I get on our team and the frustration that I had with some things, I want to start by giving some credit to Arizona. I fully discredited them, okay? I did not expect them to put up the fight that they did. Their defense was flying around, and let me keep it a buck with you, okay? They're not as talented as we made them, okay? I don't want it to come off as that. They're not as talented as we made them to be. We just didn't match their intensity, okay? They heard all offseason long about how they're going to be one of the, if not the worst team in football, tanking for Caleb Williams. They heard all the disrespect. Oh, Jonathan Gannon blew the lead in the Super Bowl with the Eagles. He's not going to be a good head coach. They heard all of that, and they came to play. And I felt like early on we did not match the intensity that they came with, man. They were coming out to Sam Howell, and we just looked like how the fans expected to beat them. We looked like we were just treating them as, oh, it's just the Cardinals, bro. We're going to win. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, although they did not look as bad as I thought they were going to look, no point in this game did I think we was going to lose. Even when we were down, you know, when we were down in this game, I did not think we were going to lose this game. I just kept saying throughout the game, I'm like, bro, we're going to win. Like, a lot of people were getting on Sam Howell, calling them trash, and you know, overreacting as they do per usual. And I'm like, bro, we're not going to lose this game. You know what I'm saying? Josh Dobbs, he did not look as bad as I assumed he was going to look, but he did show why he's Joshua Dobbs, and he is a backup quarterback in this league, you know, with having the strip sacks and just a whole bunch of countless mistakes. But, I mean, credit to the Cardinals, man. They made this game much more competitive than I would have liked it. I definitely thought we were going to win in a more convincing fashion, but again, it's week one, you know, and it's early on in the season, so definitely if there was a game for us to struggle in, it would have been this game right here. Hopefully we could, you know, lick our wounds and fix these things as we head to Denver next weekend. Now, this is the one thing that I will say about that though, right? Like, I would much rather talk about how bad we played while winning opposed to us having to lose in order to, you know, fix the things that we have to face. But hey, all day complaining about us how bad we were while we're winning, you know what I'm saying? That's what I would much rather do. Now, I wrote my notes down. I did it the old-fashioned way, you know, notebook and paper, man. I want to first give some credit to the crowd, man. How great was the crowd today, man? Oh my God. Like, a couple of times I had to sit there because, you know, I do the play-by-play, you know, and I had to sit there and just let the crowd soak in and take over the moment, man. I just was quiet because they were so loud, man, especially on them third downs, man. I'm like, yes, this is what it feels to have a real home field advantage, man. It was so loud up in there, forced the Cardinals to use a timeout, you know, and you know, had a couple of really good showings as far as the crowd affecting the game. And you can just see, like I said, this has been a sleeping giant for over 30+ years, man. And in the first game, we showed it. Like, it was some positives, some negatives. When the team was playing bad, we were booing them, okay, and rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? Because they were playing poor. They were playing piss poor against the Arizona Cardinals team that is not nearly as talented as us, okay? But I do want to give some credit with 64,000 fans in attendance today. I cannot wait to see what we look like. I know Thursday night versus the Bills, okay? I would say week 3 versus the Bills, but I fully expect Bills fans to travel and kind of, I wouldn't say take over our stadium, especially if we're 2-0, if we go into Denver next week and get a victory. I don't expect them to take it over, but there's going to be much more Bills fans, so I definitely think they're going to travel and probably have, a portion of the stadium. But that game versus the Bills, week 6 Thursday night football, especially if Washington is, I say 4-2, maybe 5-1. Maybe even undefeated. Let's speak that into existence by that time. Man, can you wait to that Thursday night game, man? That takeover is going to be amazing. But the crowd was a factor, and they talked about it all week long about how it's a sellout and how they're going to show out, man. This crowd, man, was amazing, and I love to hear it through the TV. It gave me chills through the TV because I've never heard anything like it. But now on to the on-field play. First note that I wrote down was Chris Rodriguez taking a fullback curry. How about that, right? You know what I'm saying? An early short yardage play. You hand it up the middle to Chris Rodriguez and get the young fella some nice confidence by having him pick up a first down. I was like, okay, C-Rod, and I was hoping to see a little bit more of him. Not nearly as much as I would have liked we seen from him today. He had a couple more curries late in the game, but I would have liked to see more of Chris Rodriguez, especially with Antonio Gibson fumbling. And that's an issue in itself that everybody's going to continue to harp on. He did not have that problem last year, but his first game back, he had injury. I mean, not the injuries, but the fumbling. And my first question about that was like, where is this? Hold on, let's use Antonio Gibson as a receiver. Like, where was that at? We talked about this all season from Eric Bieniemy and Ron Rivera about how we're going to use Antonio Gibson as a weapon, as a wide receiver, but we kept using him more as a bill cow. I thought we gave up on that once we drafted Brian Robinson. They were feeding him as, feeding him. And me personally, I know I'm a big AG fan, so personally, I didn't have a problem with it until that fumble. You know what I'm saying? But I would have liked to see more Chris Rodriguez, but it was interesting seeing him at fullback. Next note I wrote down was Logan Thomas, man. He was iffy today. Now, he had some catches late, but Logan dropped a couple of key passes, man, especially early on. I thought, Sam may have overshot him, but I'm like, no, that hit Logan right in the hands. They failed to connect on a couple opportunities, but you can tell Logan and Sam is going to have a connection like no other because Sam kept targeting Logan Thomas and he was dropping passes. You know what I'm saying? My thing was put Cole Turner in the game, bro. Him and Cole Turner connected on a beautiful pass, man. Why didn't we see more of Cole Turner today? Why were we seeing so much Logan Thomas? You know what I'm saying? Put Cole Turner in the game. I guarantee you, Cole Turner in the game, that's a catch. So I want to see more Cole Turner and less of Logan Thomas. Man, we can have two packages, or a package with both tight ends are on the field. That's not illegal either. You know what I'm saying? I remember with Vernon Davis, Jordan Reed, we had them running PA crossers at times, to mix up the defense and get them lost. We can do that. It's not illegal to have both of these guys on the field at the time, but I would much rather have Cole Turner taking the bulk of the snaps if I be honest with you. But Logan, he was all right today. Not really that good, not too impressive. Next up is the defense. How about Jamin Davis early on making plays, okay? Jamin making plays in the backfield, blowing up a couple of tackles. I'm like, okay, Jamin. Okay, looking explosive, looking spry, looking like the linebacker that you should have been looking like since we drafted you. But again, I'm a patient fan. I understand when we drafted you, you weren't going to be ready day one. And you may not ultimately ever live up to that 19th overall draft pick, but I like to see you going out there when you don't think he can play. When he's not thinking and he just goes, he can play. Jamin had a couple great plays. How about four-step break blowing up a screen? Now, I'm not going to lie. Zach Ertz killed Derek Forrest, okay? He killed Derek Forrest. And the Cardinals offense did not score a touchdown today, but they could have on that play because Derek Forrest got braced by Zach Ertz. Man, I ain't going to lie. But Forrest blew up a screen. Love seeing our young defense just flying around, man. And then we got this play right here. This pissed me off. I was ready to fight once I seen this happen. Kazir White, man. What's up, bro? You want to see me, bro? You know what I'm saying? You real gonna hit my quarterback like that when he's sliding out of bounds. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you saw the rest of the squad get up in his face and try to dog him, you know me? Because, like, you don't need it. What you hitting my quarterback like that for? You know what I'm saying? Now, Sam is a tough SOB, But that's my quarterback. Okay, you don't hit my quarterback like that. I was ready to throw hands with Kazay White. You know what I'm saying? What's up? But nah, Sam was good. He got knocked out of the game, had to go get a concussion check, but he was good, man. I was holding my breath because I'm like, no, I don't want to see Jacoby. Like, I was like, y'all, this is exactly what I was talking about. Y'all know watch that. At some point, the backup quarterback was going to come in the game, but I just did not want it to be that early. You know what I'm saying? But goodness gracious, it was a nasty hit, man. You know what I'm saying? And thank God we dodged the bullet. Sam said after the game he was good. You know what I'm saying? It was a football play, and it didn't hurt at all, so thank God. He was good and he was able to come right back in. Then after that, we had another hit on Jahan Dodson for same hit that was on Sam Howell. So them boys was head hunting. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I was like, hey, keep doing it. Keep doing it, kids. Keep drawing them flags, right? Keep drawing them 15-yard penalties because y'all want to play undisciplined. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie to you. On that drive right there, the Cardinals had a lot of disciplinary penalties that killed them. That our scoring drive that I'm going to talk about here shortly with Brian Robinson and Sam Howell was aided by the Arizona Cardinals' stupid penalties. You know what I'm saying? Without those penalties, they were playing really, really good defense, man. Again, for not as much time, I like Marco Wilson. Not gonna hold you. Like Buda Baker, Zaven Collins looked like a stud today. You know what I'm saying? Making play after play. For as lack, talent wise for that defense, they looked good today. All right. And then 67 penalty yards on the drive that aided our touchdown. That's what I'm talking about. Arizona had 67 yards and penalties that aided Washington Commanders. Now, again, as a fan of the Commanders, I'm happy. But that should just tells you that Arizona's a young, undisciplined team. They need to get that together. Now, I saw something that I'd never seen before in Washington. It was a speed option into a Curtis Samuel handoff. I was like, ooh, okay. Now, it didn't really do much. It was a couple-yard gain. Wasn't nothing too impressive. But I was like, ooh, okay, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Sam had started out with the speed option. Then he had cut it up the middle. Then he handed it off to Curtis Samuel. He cut it Curtis Samuel. He had cut it up the middle. I was like, okay, I like that. Then Howell extends the play to find Brian Robinson on a touchdown. But someone had brought it up in the chat. Was like that was very Matthew Stafford-esque. And I'm not gonna lie to you. After he said that, after looking at Sam Howell, does he not give y'all Matthew Stafford vibes from the point of like how he looks? Obviously we know Howell is a much more athletic quarterback than Stafford, but the way Sam looks out there, he does look like a young, spry, healthy Matthew Stafford. That's interesting right there, right? Now defense, okay. Defense was good today, but early they had a play where they lost. I want to say it was Hollywood Brown. Could have been Rondell Moore, but I want to say it was Hollywood Brown on a wheel route where he was just wide open. I don't know what had happened right there. But after that, the defense they were locked down, man. They were locked down. Cam Curl, good broken up pass, could have had a pick though. I know Cam Curl probably beating himself up about that, man. That's the one thing about Cam Curl. He is a dog. You know what I'm saying? And he deserves his contract already, but he needs them picks to put it on paper, put it on stats, so when he go to Washington, be like, hey, I had 5 this shit. That could have been 1. Now it was a tough play, but I know Cam Curl knows deep down inside he could have had that pick. All right. And then this one pissed me off. How about the refs today? Okay, they had a guy that was on the ref crew. It was his first ever game calling a game, in the NFL. And I'm like, why you had to give him our game? Out of all the games on week 1 slate, you had to give the rookie official our game, right? And they made a ridiculous pass interference call on John Bates. I mean, it was terrible. He literally was just running his route. They bumped shoulder pads. Oh, pass interference. Come on, dog. That was not pass interference. That was a bad call by the referees. And it was plenty more of those where those came from today. Plenty more of those calls from where they came from today. Refs were not that good today, man. It was plenty of pitiful calls today that aided both Washington and Arizona. So I guess that's the one positive from is like they had it on both sides, so it wasn't like it was favored for one team. And then Howell got picked off. Okay, this is where a lot of fans start to turn on Howell. I mean, people in the comment section, oh, Howell is trash. Tank for Caleb Williams. I told you Howell wasn't him. Everybody, and I'm like, relax, relax. First of all, it was tipped. Second of all, I told y'all it was going to be ups and downs with this guy. He is a young quarterback. This was his second ever NFL start. So who expected him to be perfect today? Nobody. And I'm like, just chill, And then that followed up with the fumble that he had caused. Now that one right there is unexcusable, Sam. You got to hold on to the ball, and he knows that. But that is going to happen with a young quarterback like Sam Howell. Second NFL start, man. And I felt like we came out a little too pass heavy. And when you got a young quarterback like that making mistakes, you need to slow the game down for him. And I felt like that's what Washington ended up doing, slowing the game down for him at during the second half. Now, I feel like they probably slowed it down a little bit too much in the second half. They got a little bit too conservative on me, but we're going to get there when we get there. And like I said, Antonio Gibson had the fumble, so we had a lot of turnovers today. Okay, Sam fumble, Antonio Gibson fumble, and then Sam Howell interception. Can't have that. You know what I'm saying? You may get away with beating a team like Arizona, having 3 turnovers, but in most cases, when you play in a team that's competent, you're not going to win many games. Turning the ball over 3 times. So we need to turn it down with turning the ball over. Turn it down with turning the ball over. How about Montez? So I can't believe I made it this far without talking about Tez. Tez is a dog. Tez is going to get paid. He deserves his money, and he had a strong start to a big year. You know what I'm saying? Strip sack, blowing up plays in the backfield. At this point in the backfield, he blew up a play, and at that point, he looked like, man, come on, it's too easy, man. He looked so unimpressed, like he wasn't even trying out there. But Tez with the sack and a half and a strip sack, he was a dog, man. And I'm just like, bruh, I wish you had 9-9 on the other side of you, man. Like, just imagine when 9-9 comes back, bro. I'm just gonna enjoy the last few rides with Chase Young. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't expect him to be re-signed here in Washington next year. You know what I'm saying? But just imagine if 9-9 was on the other side. Payne having a field day today. You know what I'm saying? At a point in time, he was looking like the only defensive line that showed up for work that day. Defensive lineman that showed up for work that day. He looked good. J.A. getting in on it. And obviously Tez, man. You know what I'm saying? Our defensive line was amazing. Our whole defense was amazing. Even Cody Barton looked good. You know what I'm saying? Jamin Davis looked good. You know what I'm saying? The secondary. Percy Butler should have had a pick, but he dropped it. You know what I'm saying? So, really, realistically, they should have had 3 turnovers of their own, man. We dropped a couple picks. Forbes could have had a pick at the end of the game. So, again, week 1 was week 1. All right, let's keep it above. Week 1 was week 1, ups and downs, and that's how it's going to be. Sam Howell, bad pass behind a wide open Terry McLaurin. That was a bad miss right there. Terry was wide open. Terry also had a play where it was neglected by a PI. He drew the PI flag. You know what I'm saying? Love to see that. Love to see that. But Sam Howell, you cannot miss Terry on a wide open play like that, man. Terry was going to he had Green right in front of him. Okay, you can't miss those opportunities. And then after that, you can't start the drive at midfield. I wrote this down. Can't start the drive at midfield and end with 0 points. That is unacceptable. That is inexcusable. You get starting field position at midfield and you come away with 0 points. That is a terrible offensive possession. And we cannot have that. That's my thing. I know we're going to be able to move the ball down the field, but can we cash it in for 6? We got to figure it out. Then after that, it was too high for Jahan Dawson, so he had some misses. Okay, Sly makes a field goal. Cam Cheeseman, bad snap. I got to get on Cam Cheeseman, man. We've been talking about this all offseason long. Cam Cheeseman has been terrible. He has been horrible. I don't know what's going on with Cheese. We had no problem with Cheese last year. I don't know what he's trying to do differently, but he needs to cut it out because he is going to cause us a game or cause us something if he does not figure it out now, okay? He needs to nip that in a bud. I don't know what changes he made, but Nate Kaiser, he need to get on, okay? Because I don't know what's going on. Shout out to Tressway. Okay, Tressway was the savior of the day on a high snap from Cheese, on a low snap that was in the dirt. Shout out to Joey Sly not letting Cheese mess up his routine. Cheese needs to nip this in the bud. I'm to the point where I'm like, hey, Ron, call in some long snap competition because not necessarily that we need to replace Cheese, but we need a lot of fire on him, bro. Because I don't know what's going on with Cheese. I don't know why he wanted to make a change. Anyway, he was perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? And I can just see it now. Cheese messing up a operation that's going to cost Washington some crucial points in the game. We cannot have that, okay? We cannot have that, all right? Joey Sly still was able to bang it through. And if I haven't mentioned already, Tressway with a 50, and I mean 59-yard punt that just totally flipped field position. Tressway is a dog, man. Tressway is one of the best punters I've ever seen in my lifetime. And he is a dog, bro. Okay, without Tressway, it would be a lot of things that went wrong today with the special teams. So shout out to Tressway, shout out to Joey Slide, Cam Cheeseman. You need to get it together, my good sir. I'm not gonna hold you. Now, this is one thing that I did not notice, okay, until late. The offensive line had 6 sacks that they gave up today. All right, now take that with a grain of salt because, in my opinion, the offensive line definitely gave Sam Howell great protection today. It was some sacks. I'll probably say maybe half of those sacks where Sam Howell, it was on Sam Howell. He either held the ball too long or, the pressure, was nobody got open, holding on the ball too long, and he got a sack. Or he was trying to run, and instead of him throwing it out of bounds, he took it. He took a couple yards for a loss, which, technically would be a sack in a sense. So the offensive line, in my opinion, was not that bad, but I never knew they gave up 6 sacks. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Nick Gates, he missed the play where Sam Howell got sacked, where you cannot do that. So, basically, Sadiq Charles, he had nobody in front of him, so he was like, all right, I'm good. I looked both ways. I'm good. Let me go help out my tackle, Charles Hunter, which he did a great job on. And then Nick Gates missed his assignment and just let the guy scream right up the middle of Sam Howell and got sacked, okay? And then after that, I think Sadiq Charles got steamrolled. I think because Brian Robinson tripped him up or something like that. Steamrolled right into Sam Howell's legs. I was so scared right there because I was like, oh my God, please, Sam. All right, we good. Whew, I was scared because it was anytime you got low sacks down by the ankle and leg, I get nervous, man. You know what I'm saying? So he was good, okay, but that play can't happen. All right, that play can't happen. And other than that, man, true sacks on the offensive line, that's probably like the only 3 that I could think of. Sam Cosby got hurt again today. Ricky Schomburg got in, though, on a screen, and it was successful. But hopefully Sam Cosby could stay healthy, man. We need him, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, goodness gracious, Sam. We need you, bro. You got to stay healthy. But the offensive line, although the stats are going to say gave up 6 sacks, I feel like the pass protection was pretty solid today. The running game, it wasn't percolating as much, but that was a lot due to the lack of us giving the ball to the running backs early on, and then late, it started to percolate a little bit with B-Rob, really getting it going. But I felt like we got a little too conservative in the second half. I'm not gonna lie to you, especially the game, the drive where we had an opportunity to put the game away, and with going up 8. We got real conservative. I mean, we ran the ball 3 times in a row, and I'm like, what are we doing? Like, in the grand scheme of things, I understand it, okay? Sam is, turned the ball over a couple times. You don't want to risk a turnover, and you want to be able to get the field goal because you got faith in your defense to hold Arizona to nothing, right? I get it. But I don't like it. I don't want to get it because I'm aggressive. I'm an aggressive person when it comes to wanting to go, in the game. And I'm like, put the ball in Sam Howell's hands, man. Let him do something. Cook up something. We got ultra conservative late in the game, and I did not like that, man. It was a couple of play calls from EB, but I was like, that's very Scott Turner-esque right there. You know what I'm saying? The speed option, I like the speed option, but sometimes I don't. And the play that he called, I did not agree with it because I'm like, you're cutting off one side of the field. When you do speed options, I did not agree with that. And then especially, like I said, the last drive, you get ultra conservative and you call run. Come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? That was very Scott Turner-ish right there, man. This EB offense, we need to see some quick slants, see some attacking the seams. We did not really take in that many deep shots today. You know what I'm saying? We really didn't. So, other than that, though, I feel like the offense had its ups and downs. It's going to continue to get better, but we just cannot be ultra conservative like that again. Like, again, I understand why we did it, but I don't want to understand why we did it, and I don't agree with it, man. I want to go for the juggler. At least give Sam an opportunity to, score a touchdown. And again, even if he threw a pick, let's say he turned it over, threw a pick, we would be pissed about it. Don't get me wrong, but you're up 17-16 at that point, and they got to drive the length of the field. They haven't been able to score all day on your defense. Your defense held them to 0 offensive touchdowns. Their only touchdown came from the defensive strip sack by from Sam Howell. So even if Sam Howell did turn the ball over or somebody fumbled in the red, whatever happened, they would have had to drive the length of the field, and I don't have them doing that. So, again, I don't agree with the conservative approach late in the game, especially on that drive. But, again, it worked out. Washington got the victory 20-16. So, at the end of the day, it was a lot of, negatives in this game, positives. But it's week 1. We got to clean this up, and we got to prepare to move forward and be better, in the coming weeks, because we have a lot to clean up and get better at. But with that being said, let's go ahead and go to the phone lines. We got a couple of callers, that left a voicemail at the number, and we're going to let them have the shine now. So let's go ahead and go to the phone lines.
I'm disappointed. Didn't play how we could have. Could have been better,
man. All right, that's all we got. I was like, oh, what's going on here? But all right, beyond disappointed, didn't play as well as we could have. We got to be better. I definitely agree with that. You know what I'm saying? We definitely did not play up to par or how I expected us to play. I definitely thought we were going to blow them out. I did not think this game was going to be as close as it was. And we got to clean it up. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said before, I would much rather complain and win than us complaining and then we're still losing, right? So, fix your wounds, fix your problems while you're still getting a dub, okay? Let's go ahead and move on to the next caller.
One guy, what it do, man?
Love
the channel, but this game, man, it was a nail biter. We should have never been trying to fight back to beat this team, the Cardinals, man. Mm-hmm. But it's a win. I take it. Offensive line got a lot of work to do. Sam Howell got a lot of work to do. The enemy got to call better plays. It's a lot that we got to clean up, man, because our schedule don't get any easier. It's a lot we got to clean up. But HTTC, I'll take the win. Hail to the Commanders. Let's get it. See you in Denver.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. I agree wholeheartedly with that comment and with that call right there. We got a lot to clean up. Again, it's week 1. It's still super early, but there was some things out there that was inexcusable. You know what I'm saying? Again, like I said, the conservative approach late in the game. Sam Howell not taking care of the ball. You know what I'm saying? Especially on that sack. Now, that pick wasn't his fault. Got disrupted at the line. But that fumble, we cannot have that, okay? We cannot have that from Sam Howell. But, again, early in the game, early in the season, man, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people were overreacting, as they often do, right? But they were overreacting, all right? And it's just week 1. But you're right. I agree with you, man. This is not going to get no easier. We got Denver, then we got Buffalo, then we got Philly. So we need to nip this stuff in the bud now. And, again, way too close for comfort. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to you, and I appreciate it.
All right, this is Lorenzo from Richmond. My pros and cons. So I'm going to start with the cons first. Cons first, all lines, get the blocking. Next, all the turnovers, fumbles, cannot happen. Some of the pros, though, defense showed up, showed out. The fans showed up, showed out. And also, shout out to Paisanos, who get those 2 free toppings. So in about 2-3 more games, I want 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 toppings and another one. All right, hail to the Commanders. You know what's up.
Hey, shout out to my guy Lorenzo. I believe I met him down at Franklin Park. From Richmond. Shout out to you, my guy. And yeah, I agree with some of the positives and negatives that you said. Again, me personally though, I felt like the offensive line was not that bad. I felt like a lot of the offensive line issues and sacks are going to go down on them, but it was some of them were on Sam Howell. Now some of them were due to bad pass protection, as I mentioned before. And some of the positives, the defensive line, like you already mentioned, defense as a whole was really, really good, man. Montez Sweat is in for a Deron Payne type of year, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm all for it. But shout out to you and them toppings, man. Hopefully we can keep them coming for you, man, and continue to make you happy, bro. But as you mentioned, hail to the Commanders. So that's going to do it today for the Command Extra post-game show. The Washington Commanders get the victory 20-16. Not easy at all. Not comfortable how we thought it was going to be. But that goes to show you that any given Sunday, any team is going to put their best foot forward. Got a lot to clean up, but I will clean all of that up while we're winning. That's what I love about it. We're winning, and we got a lot to clean up. That's all that matters. Washington Commanders is 1-0. Again, not perfect, but we got the victory. With that being said, it's me and boy Juangotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers. Please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already, man. We're ever so close to 6K. Thank you so much. And if you guys want to be featured in the post-game show like this one, like the people that you heard, all you got to do is call 301-818-2538, and you'll be featured in the post-game show for next week. See y'all later. Y'all be blessed. Peace.